Hi-lux is known for making high-quality reproduction vintage rifle scopes, and the reason they're so good is they brought in the materials, technology, and experience from building modern hunting and tactical optics. And at SHOT Show, we got a chance to see their newest long-range precision rifle scope, the PR5. We're going to get a closer look at that, as well as their complete line of vintage optics on this episode of Moondog Industries. Hey, Moondog here. We are at SHOT Show 2023 at the Hi-lux booth. Now, you may know Hi-lux for a company that makes these beautiful vintage scopes, but today we're going to show you something completely new. And we have Christopher here to show us this bad boy. Chris, take it away.
Thank you for the intro, Thomas. This is our brand new PR5 5x25 first focal plane rifle scope. This is a new scope that we came out this year for PRS and NRL 22 competition. One of the defining features of this is the 10-yard close parallax. 10
yards. Okay, for you airgun guys.
Yep, for you airgun guys, you indoor shooters, you can get a good dry fire practice with the 10-yard close focus. Goes out to infinity. We have a 34mm tube, so it has plenty of adjustment travel. There's about 110 MOA of internal travel, 10th mil locking turrets, stainless steel detents on these turrets as well. So every click is extremely positive and very tactile. We have a zero stop in here that allows you to dial 1 mil below, and they're locking turrets. Something else that's interesting on this scope is we have a digital illumination control. So sometimes scopes have the rheostat on the side of the parallax turret, and that makes it really bulky and wide. We have a digital control, and it remembers your last brightness setting as well. So they'll turn on and go to your last set brightness setting. Night vision compatible as well.
Does it have an auto off?
It does.
Okay.
This scope is a 5x25 power, 56mm objective, and it's got mil turrets and a mil Christmas tree reticle.
Now, does it come with the sunshade and the flash killer?
The flash killer does come with a sunshade and throw lever and flip covers. The flash killer is something else that we have as an accessory.
Okay, and it comes with those are your mounts.
Yep, we have new rings that we're coming out with as well. It has a bubble level, and they're machined from 7075 aluminum. Nice.
Now, this has a zero stop?
It does have a zero stop. It's a pin system, fairly easy to set. Let me. All you need is a Allen key, and there's one screw at the top of the turret. Let's make sure I grab the right one. Yep. So you back out this screw and you can remove the turret completely. And there's a pin system. So this is once you get it zeroed, you slide the pin down.
Oh, okay.
Line it up with the zero right here, and then tighten it down. Yep, and then once it's set, it'll stop when you can dial down and you hit that hard stop for your zero.
So let me try that out. Oh yeah, no slop, no shift in that at all, and you can even hear how loud the clicks are on that, even in this loud expo hall. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of work for CMP. Like we support their service rifle competitions, and those guys, for that match, they're dialing thousands of clicks over the course of a match for wind, for their elevation. And we've incorporated the same stainless steel internals that we do for our service rifle scope in this new 5x25.
Excellent.
I think this is going to be a winner.
Oh yeah, it looks it. Well, I'll be looking forward to testing this out later this year at the Sheriff's Range. But yeah, really excited to see this. Well, thanks a lot, Chris.
Thank you, Thomas.
And we have Scott here. Scott.
Yes, sir.
What are these beautiful rifles doing here, and what do you have on top there?
So these, at the time, would have been called rifle telescopes, because honestly, that's pretty much what they were. These old rifle telescopes would have been mounted up with what are called external adjustments. Scopes didn't have the technology yet for click mechanisms that were built into the tube. They didn't have changing zoom, and often they didn't even have parallax correction. But with these simple scopes and a drawn steel tube, external micrometer mounts, you could do all the same things that you could do today on just a whole slew of different rifles. Because of the recoil of some of these old rifles, these scopes also have one feature that you will not find in any modern scopes. They are built to slide.
Whoa, let's see that again.
So when you're shooting a 45-70 and it's punching back into your shoulder, reticles back in the day were made out of spider silk, human hair, horse hair, very fragile.
Spider silk?
Sure, there's a cottage industry for that. In order to preserve the recoil, especially for the Marines' heavy use 8-power, they're designed to slide. After every shot, you slide it back into place. And because these adjustments are external, the scope's not going to move, it's not going to shift, you're not going to have to change your target. It's still right where you're pointing it.
It'll stay zero even sliding like that.
It's built for that, absolutely.
Wow.
Now, because there's so many different rifles, oftentimes back in the day, gunsmiths would just weld the blocks on, they'd drill and tap, sometimes they'd even glue it. Nowadays, because production standards are a little more normalized, we've developed a lot of different mounts that allow you to put a scope on a rifle like this without having to take it to a gunsmith. For the long scopes, we can go straight into the dovetails, as long as you got 2 of them, and you probably do. That can just go right in the dovetail. For other rifles that, let's say, have the Lyman peep sights, we can use those screws. If you've got a top eject, we can offset it with rings such as this. And of course, if you've got any of the fun little 22s, we can mount right up in the dovetails there, or in the 11mm rail that's found on a lot of the other models. That takes a lot of the guesswork and a lot of the fear out of getting your, let's say, your barrel drilled and tapped, getting a dovetail cut. Generally, if you've got something that is a modern reproduction of an old rifle, we can find a way to make it work. And after that, you just have fun with it. Take some shots downrange, see what happens, and definitely enjoy the flight time on a scope and a rifle like this. 45-70 going out to about 1,000 yards is maybe 3 seconds of flight time, and you can just watch it through this nice old telescope as it sails all the way down to the target.
Nice. Now, which one of these would Quigley use?
Quigley probably would have been closest to this era. So these Malcolm-style scopes with the brass accents, most of these designs are from about 1855 to 1880. As we move forward to, let's say, the A5 style and the Unerdal, this would have been early 1900s. So Quigley most likely would have stayed somewhere around this or this era. Back in the day, a lot of scope parts were made out of brass. One of the biggest first advancements that allowed these scopes to actually survive rifles such as these or the 45-70 was Chapman James designing a way to make its drawn steel tube. All of our scopes still use a nice solid drawn steel design that really keeps them rigid and strong against anything you might encounter. Even when you're tromping out through the woods, hunting a deer, you bang it against a tree, it's not going to hurt this scope. That, and of course, if you're shooting something crazy like 45-110, this will survive that too.
Nice. Well, these are beautiful and functional. Well, thank you very much, Scott.
Of course.
And if you have a vintage gun that you want to reach out with, I think Hi-lux makes the scope for you.
We certainly have fun with it.
Hey, if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. It's an absolutely free way to show that you appreciate the time and effort it takes to make these videos. And when you do that, you and other folks like you will start seeing more of my videos on YouTube, Rumble, and social media. So thanks. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.